Once upon a time, in a beautiful African town called Kigali, it was a beautiful town with a fertile land. Not until the Gungu bandits invaded the town. Everyone was scared of their life as the Gungu bandits will always invade the community to kill and destroy. Most of the female maidens have been taken into captivity as wives for the Gungu bandits. Amina, who was meant to be the queen, lost her throne to the Gungu bandits and was sent into exile. Queen Amina ran into the evil forest along with her younger brother Adamu, and they were living inside a cave. Amina, whose younger brother Prince Adamu was extremely lazy and would never do anything to contribute positively to their income. Amina, along with her donkey, would ride into the forest to fetch firewood and then sell the firewood and use the money to prepare meal for her and Prince Adamu. Amina didn't let her circumstances and situation to weigh her down. Courageous Queen Amina would ride her donkey to the forest to fetch firewood to sell, not minding what everyone in the community would say. One day, Amina was rushing to the forest to fetch firewood, and suddenly she heard chariots of horses running towards her. Amina, out of curiosity and fear, ran on top of the tree to see what is actually coming towards her. While Amina was on top of the tree, Amina saw the Gungu bandits coming towards her. Out of fear, Amina rushed down from the tree and hid her donkey. She hid her donkey and also hid herself. The Gungu bandits were on top of their horses holding a big bag. They were all holding a big bag each. Suddenly, they all got to a cave and all of them came down from their horses and their leader started singing a chant, Mimi yo, Mimi yo, Mimi yo, Mimi yo, 6 times, and a very big cave opened. And all the gang member went into the cave and dropped their bag in the cave. While all these things was actually going on, Amina on top of the tree was watching everything that was happening. They all came out of the cave and their leader started singing the chant again, Mimi yo, Mimi yo, Mimi yo, 6 times. And suddenly the cave closed. Amina was on top of the tree and was watching everything that was happening. While they dropped their bag and they sang their chant and the cave closed, they all made their way from the location. Amina rushed to the cave and sang the chant, Mimi yo, 6 times, and suddenly the cave opened. Amina walked into the cave and saw lots of gold, diamonds, and jewelry. Amina picked up a bag and tied it on his donkey ride home. Amina got home and met her younger brother Adamu sleeping, and Amina woke Adamu up. Adamu, wake up, we are rich. I saw a bag filled with gold, and then Adamu asked Amina, where did you get this bag from? Amina told Adamu all the story of everything that has happened. Adamu was not happy. On hearing the story, Adamu now told Amina, why did you pick just one bag? And Amina replied, this bag is enough to make the both of us rich forever. Greedy Adamu wasn't still happy hearing that. Adamu told Amina, I want to go to that place and get my own. Amina was so unhappy, and Amina told Adamu, this bag is enough to make the both of us rich forever. This gold is actually enough to make the both of us the richest people in this community. Adamu wasn't still happy on hearing this, and then Adamu told Amina, I need to go and get my own. And then Amina told Adamu, we could split this gold 50-50, half for me and half for you. It's actually enough to make the both of us millionaires. Adamu still insisted on going, and so Amina told Adamu that when you get to the cave, sing Mimi yo 6 times and the cave will open. And then after picking the gold, when you come out, also sing Mimi yo 6 times and the cave will close. Adamu took the donkey and was riding to the cave. Adamu kept on singing and dancing on top of the donkey while he was riding to the cave where the Gungu bandits always keep their gold. Adamu got to the cave and started singing Mimi yo 6 times as instructed, and the cave opened. Adamu picked up 6 bags of gold and tied it on the donkey, which was too heavy for the donkey to carry, of which the donkey fell down. Adamu picked the donkey up again and tied 10 bags this time around. It was still heavy for the donkey to carry. The donkey still fell down. Adamu supported the donkey up, and this time he tied 20 bags on the donkey. Foolish Adamu, who didn't know that the load was too much for the donkey to carry. Adamu kept on wasting time, and suddenly Adamu started hearing voices of chariots of horses running towards the cave. Adamu lifted his head up, and it was the Gungu bandit. Adamu was so scared and frightening. Adamu tried to run, but the Gungu bandits were so close to the cave, and they brought out their sword and finished him. The Gungun bandit killed Adamu and hung his body on the entrance of the cave. It was already 2 days and Adamu had not arrived yet. Amina, who was so worried, ran to the cave to see what has happened to her lovely brother Adamu. Amina got to the cave and saw Adamu's body hanging on the entrance, and Amina brought her brother down in deep tears and called for celebration. Amina organized a very big burial for Adamu, her younger brother, and called on all the community members to come and make merry and feast. The burial was one of the biggest burial in town, of which the Gungun bandits heard of the celebration and were so amazed, and the leader now said, "This person that is organizing this burial for the thief we killed in our cave might have come here to steal our money also." And they all went out in search for Amina. But Amina was so clever and was not stupid as Adamu. Immediately after the burial, Amina took the bag of gold and ran to a far country and built her own beautiful house, got married to Suleiman, and they were blessed with 2 lovely children. But the Gungu bandit didn't give up on their quest in search for Amina. They were moving from community to community looking for Amina. Suddenly, one of the Gungun bandits came across Amina in the market buying items. And he tiptoed and followed Amina in all her quest in the market while Amina was buying stuffs in the market. He followed Amina from shops to shop while Amina was buying things in the market. Amina, after buying all the items she needed, decided to now go home, and the Gungun bandit was still tiptoeing following her in the market. Amina suddenly got to her house and entered into the gate. The Gungu bandit that was spying on Amina saw the gate that Amina had entered. He went and bought paint and marked the gate X, so that when they are coming in the night to capture Amina, they will remember the mark X that was placed on the gate. And then the spy rushed to tell every member of the Gungu bandit that he had seen Amina. They were so happy and filled with joy that at last they are going to capture the thief that came to their cave to steal their gold. The Gungu bandit leader now tell every member of the bandits that they should be available around 10 p.m. that they are going to attack Amina, and the spy told them that he marked the gate X with a red paint so that they will be able to remember the gate that was Amina's house. Amina's housemaid Khadijat was coming outside to fetch water in the night and then saw the mark X on their gate. She was so shocked. In all the estate, their gate was marked X. Khadijat rushed to the market and bought a red paint and painted all the gates on the street X. So it was now late in the night. All the bandit members now rushed to the street to capture Amina, and they discovered that all the gates on the street had already been marked X. The leader was so angry and killed the spy for providing wrong information. The bandits were so disappointed, but they didn't give up on their quest to capture Amina. So one day, one of the bandits' members disguised himself and walked to Amina that he sells palm oil. That he would like to supply Amina palm oil in a vessel. Amina, on hearing this, was so happy because she wanted to start palm oil business. Amina now told him that he should supply her with 40 vessels of palm oil, that she would like to start palm oil business. The bandit rushed to the gang members and informed them that he had struck a deal with Amina, that Amina is expecting them to bring 40 vessels of palm oil for her. The gang member now said they should get 40 empty vessels and put themselves inside and push it into Amina's kitchen. They went to the market and got 40 empty vessels. They did as instructed by their leader, placed the empty vessels in a truck and put themselves inside, along with their sword. They all jump into the empty vessel and push the empty vessel to Amina's house. All the vessels were pushed into Amina's kitchen. Amina, who didn't bother to check what was inside the vessel, asked them to push the vessel into her kitchen. They were all in the empty vessels waiting for signal. The leader had already instructed them that the moment it's late in the night, he will come and give them signal. Then they can come out of the empty vessel and strike. It was late in the night. Khadijat, Amina's housemaid, was coming into the kitchen to boil water. Suddenly, they started hearing voice in the kitchen. They thought it was their leader's voice. And they all started talking. And they started talking, "Boss, is that you? Boss, is that you? Boss, is that you? Should we come out?" Khadija noticed the oil vessels were all talking. She was so shocked. How can vessels be talking? And suddenly, Khadija went and boiled vegetable oil and started pouring it on the empty vessels one after the other. And all the gang members lost their lives. The leader came in the night to give them signal and discovered that none of his gang member was responding to his signal, and he flee for his life. I believe you've enjoyed this lovely story. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to enjoy more thrilling stories.